Estamos de vuelta con Dead Synchronicity. Vamos a buscar cómo conseguir esa comida. Fuimos a hacer el intercambio acá, pero nos falta algo más porque la botella de whisky está abierta. Entonces no equivale el intercambio equivalente. Hace que voy a subir otra vez a la casa de la señora esta, a ver si puedo explorar el resto de la casa sin que se enoje. Que yo pensé que iba a ser muy simple traerle la comida, pero no, obvio no. Nada puede ser tan simple aquí. Paquete de cigarrillos, mira.
A pack of filter cigarettes trapped under the drawer. I guess whoever looted this house didn't see them, or perhaps wasn't a smoker.
Y si lo trato de agarrar se va a enojar, ¿no?
Don't even think about touching anything in this house, rat. Haven't you done me and my family enough harm already? You're just a lousy thief, like all the other cockroaches around here. Get out of here.
No, wait, you're confused. I just wanted to clean up this mess a little. I just want to help you, okay?
Oh, yeah? Keep your hands off our things, you filthy rat. Understand?
Of course. Understood. Whew.
Uf, estuvo cerca. ¿Esto será otra cosa que tengo que distraer para agarrar otra cosa? Es algo muy común en estos juegos. Desde encuentra cómo distraer a la persona para que agarres lo que quieres.
Hello again.
They shot him! Those pigs shot my husband! And what are the three of us gonna do when my husband's gone? We'll lose everything! The house, the money, our privileges...
No, creo que es lo mismo.
I should be going, but I promise to help you, and I will. Give me that pass for getting out of the camp, and I'll get you some morphine for your husband.
I don't trust you, rat. First bring me food for my children, and then we'll talk about the pass.
Okay, I'll do it.
Deberías poder decirle, déjame agarrar este paquete de cigarros para traerte comida. No. Y si trato de entrar acá se va a enojar también, ¿o no?
Better not. Knowing what's inside that room, I have no interest in going in.
Ok, ¿y acá? Ok, acá sí puedo. Es el patio. Están estos snipers. Oh no, otra vez está glitcheando esto.
No. It's starting again. It's amazing. Everything's changing. Everything. Everything is mutating, and I haven't even moved. I don't understand. I don't understand anything.
Brecha en el cielo.
That must be that strange phenomenon in the sky I've heard people talking about in the camp. The one that appeared just after the Great Wave. God is urging his angels to punish us through the wound. It says in the notebook I found in Rod's trailer.
Ajá. Qué curioso es de que se vea algo así muy... Como que la catástrofe está ahí asomándose.
One of the many sentry towers surrounding the camp. And inside each and every one of them, there's a sniper, armed to the teeth and itching to shoot something.
Entonces si te escapas, cualquiera de estos, ¡pum!, te da. ¿Qué están aventando? ¿Qué? ¿Piedras a esta?
It's an old wooden pallet those kids painted the target on. The word pigs is scrawled in the center.
Montón de piedras.
A pile of stones and pebbles. That's the kids' entire arsenal. It looks like they do just fine with them. These kids must be the children of the mole and his wife. Isn't it awfully late for two kids this young to be out here by themselves? The older one can't be more than 10 or 11.
Este niño tiene la mejor puntería del mundo. Siempre le pega al puerquito. A ver, vamos a hablar con los niños a ver qué dicen. Hey, no me vayas a aventar una piedra.
What are you up to?
We're doing target practice. We're going to be real good shots. Someday, we'll get those pigs who shot Dad.
How awful. These children must have seen the cleanup brigades shoot their father out there. Poor kids. And how is the target practice going?
Bad at the moment. We need a real target, or we'll never be able to hit those soldiers.
Yeah, we need a better target. Hey, quit talking to that rat. He's not one of us. You know what Mom and Dad say about the people in the camp. Leave my brother alone. Get lost, rat.
Yeah, you're not one of us. Get lost, rat.
¿Será otro que tengo que convencer antes de que pueda hablar bien con ellas? Ahora tenemos que conseguir un mejor blanco. ¿Qué tal si... las latas? ¿Podrías ponerle las latas aquí? Es muy común usar las latas para puntería. A ver. Sí, sí es eso. Muy bien.
Thank you. Now we'll really be able to become the best shots in the camp.
So now you're saying this rat isn't a rat?
No, I'm not. My name is Michael.
Hello, Michael.
Eso fue sencillo. Muy bien. Qué bueno que se me ocurrió. Antes de salirme a dar la vuelta. Porque yo estaba pensando en esas latas como de que a lo mejor tengo que llenarlas de alcohol de los barriles de fuera del bar. Y luego rellenar ese alcohol feo, asqueroso, con el whisky para que se vea como que medio lleno. Y dárselo. Pero es como que se va a dar cuenta de que esto huele feo. ¿Por qué me estás dando esto? Entonces díganme, ¿por qué quieren dispararle a los soldados?
So tell me, why do you want to throw rocks at those soldiers?
We have to get revenge. We're big boys now. And that's what we gotta do. Those pigs shot our dad. We heard him screaming. He's hurt real bad.
Mom said we'll never see him again.
Damn pigs! My brother and I are gonna get them. All of them.
But when they were Dad's friends, you used to say you wanted to be a soldier when you grew up.
Shut up. That was before. I wish I could reach those watchtowers with my rocks.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
That's not a bad idea. Something tells me that a little commotion along the barbed wire fence would be a good thing for everyone.
Pero ¿no estaríamos metiendo en problemas a los niños? Ok, niños, dejen de hacer eso y les disparen. Pum, pum. Es muy tarde para unos niños como ustedes. ¿Qué hacen en la calle a esta hora?
It's pretty late for kids like you. What are you doing out in the street at this hour?
Hey, we're not kids. We have to practice our marksmanship. Our mom gets real mad when we do it inside the house. It's not like we have anywhere else to go in this dump.
Nowhere else to go? So you don't go to school? Don't you have any friends from school?
There is no school. Not since the explosion.
Our mom says we don't need it anyway. We're big boys now, and someday we'll be very important people in the camp. Just like our dad. That's why we don't hang out with the other kids around here. Our parents say they're rats. They'd be a bad influence on us.
Yes, we're going to be brave and strong, like our dad. Right, Michael?
Of course you will.
No sé si... ¿por qué puedan necesitar su ayuda? O sea, si me salgo... ¿me disparan ellos? Entonces tengo que tener listo la ayuda de ellos si me salgo o algo así, ¿o qué? Pues bueno, vamos a ver qué pasa.
I need your help, boys.
How can we help you, Michael?
I have to get something from inside your house. It's something I need so that I can help your father.
Ah, los cigarros.
Understand?
Okay.
But your mother is very agitated, and I need you to give me a hand with her. It's a mission.
What do you want us to do, Michael?
I need you to get your mother out of the house for a few minutes. Just long enough for me to go in and get what I need. Do you think you can do that?
Of course, we're big boys.
I'll owe you. I promise to give you a reward.
Okay, let's do it.
A mission.
Ok. Entonces van a ser problemas los niños y vamos a poder agarrar la caja de cigarros ahora sí. Ah, ya no está. Ok. Eso fue sencillo. ¡Tarán! Yo no fui. ¿Estarán acá afuera o dónde estarán?
Oh, my head! What the hell's going on? Oh, God! My head feels like it's gonna explode!
Oh, no. El tercer impacto está sucediendo. No.
Beechwood Oracle.
Repent! It's the sun! Was it our fault? Did we do it? Yes! We did it!
Enough!
Please, enough!
Please, Michael, help us. Only you can do it. Remember, Beechwood Oracle.
Good God. What are these images? And that woman's voice. It's the same one that woke me up in the trailer. I'm trying to remember. And stop tormenting me. I hope Rod helps me find some answers. If not, I'll go mad. Absolutely mad.
Ok. No sé si todos esos ataques o cosas que está viendo no significa que yo estoy enfermo también. Y me voy a derretir. Si no resuelvo esto me voy a derretir. Ok, a ver, ya tenemos los cigarros, ¿verdad? Y el alcohol. Yo creo que con esto debe ser suficiente para el intercambio.
An open pack of filter cigarettes. And it's half empty. That's funny. I can't remember whether or not I smoked before the Great Wave.
No está muy tentadora esta caja de cigarros. ¿Será suficiente para un trueque? Una media botella y una media caja. Me van a dar una media caja de comida, pero pues bueno, a ver. ¿Es suficiente o todavía quieres algo más?
Greetings, pal. What's this? Are you proposing a trade? Because if you are, you came to the right place. What do you need? Liquor? Cigarettes? Food?
I'm still interested in that box of food you offered me. I brought you this.
Let me see. It's a good brand of whiskey. But the bottle's been open, and there's a lot missing. I'd take it, but I'd need something more.
I have this pack of cigarettes.
Fantastic. I think that's a fair price. I'll take both of them. Here you go, pal. The food package is all yours. Enjoy it in good health.
Excelente. Ahí está la comida. Con la comida ya debemos de conseguir el pase para salir. Oh. Paquete de comida.
The box says, Government Rescue Campaign. Sales of these foodstuffs is prohibited. I have no doubt whatsoever. The hunter and his men must have lost their scruples in the Great Wave. That is, if they had any to begin with.
Pero técnicamente no están vendiendo los paquetes de comida. Los están intercambiando. Ok, salgamos. Vamos a ver si ya acabaron de hacer su desastre estos niños acá. Y la mamá está de vuelta en la casa enojada. No pasa nada malo. No grité cosas raras, guardias. No sospechen de mí. Solo salí de aquí y grité cosas raras, pero no estoy enfermo ni nada. No me vayan a disparar, por favor. Gracias. Porque estoy ahí justo en la paredcita muy bonita. Ok, ya regresó la mamá ahí. Vamos a guardar. Nunca está de más estar guardando constantemente por si acaso. Ok, aquí está su comida. Ahora sí confías en mí o no.
Here, this is what I promised you.
That's all the food you brought? This will barely feed us for 2 days.
I'm sorry, it's very complicated getting more in the camp. I only wanted to show you that you can trust me, that I can help you.
That's what all you rats in this trash heap say? But in the end, only thing you're interested in is taking advantage of my husband and me.
I've held up my part of the bargain. Isn't that proof enough? Listen, let me have that pass to get out of the camp, and I promise I'll come back with the morphine you need to ease your husband's suffering.
Okay. But you better hurry. Here.
What's this? A bracelet?
It's like an ID badge. Wear it and the soldiers will recognize you. It won't just get you out of the camp. It'll also help you avoid all kinds of problems with the army once you reach the city. I'm not sure I'm doing the right thing by giving it to you. Just don't betray me, you rat. Bring me that morphine from my husband, and I promise ya, I'll give you lots of money in return. Much more money than you could earn in a lifetime in this shithole.
No, that's not necessary. We never said anything about money.
I have to know you're coming back. I don't trust any of you, and I know that money is the only thing that'll make you keep your word. All you camp rats are alike. Now get out of my sight, and don't make me regret this. And don't come back without my husband's morphine. There'll be a fat wad of cash waiting for you.
Okay.
¿Y acaso esos billetes son los que necesitamos para pasar unos minutitos con Ross? Eso suena muy mal, pero pues es lo que estamos haciendo. Sobre todo eso de que nomás son unos minutitos. Pues hay que aprovechar la hora de alguna otra manera, ¿no? Y nos ponemos a jugar Game Boy o algo ahí. Si es que hay electricidad suficiente para algo así ahí con el generador que tienen.
It's an ID bracelet that identifies me as an army collaborator. In other words, a mole. Wearing one of these brings certain privileges. Among others, it's my key to getting in and out of the camp.
Ok, ¿me lo tengo que poner o nomás teniéndolo en el inventario suficiente? No sé. O a lo mejor se los tengo que aventar al guardia cuando quiera salir o algo así, ¿va? A ver, antes de salir, ¿habrá otra cosa que tenga que hacer? ¿O tengo que ir rápido por la morfina? ¿O va a pasar de que, ay, te tardaste mucho y se murió mi esposo? No, sabía que no podía confiar en una rata como tú. Ah, me equivoqué. Sobreescribí y guardé 2 veces acá. Está bien, está bien. Pues vamos a ver si puedo salir. Hola. Quiero salir. ¿Puedo salir?
Go through that gate, and I'll blow your head off with one shot, rat.
Do you need to get a closer look at what I have on my wrist?
Wait a minute. Look, he's got on one of those ID bracelets the camp moles wear. Those cockroaches are very useful to us in here. Lower your gun and let him leave.
You heard him. Get out of here, rat.
Ok. Entonces ya puedo salir así nomás. ¿No me vas a disparar? ¿No me vas a hacer nada? Ok. Espero. Ahí está, ok. Ya pude salir. ¿Y ahora para dónde voy? ¿Para acá o para allá o para arriba? ¿Para dónde voy? No sé a dónde voy.
From here I can see how the road leading out of the refugee camp splits into 3 paths. One leads to a kind of depression in the ground, another leads to a graded water outlet, and the third disappears into the distance, beyond the last hill. Could that be the road leading to the city?
A ver, se supone que el campo ese que dijeron estaba cerca por acá, ¿no? Vamos a ver si lo encontramos por acá. ¿Qué hay aquí? Árbol quemado.
It's the charred remains of a tree trunk, fighting to keep from being devoured by the enormous hole in the ground. For the moment, it's holding its own. It seems firmly rooted in the soil. It looks like there are some chiseled stone structures sticking out of the water. What are they? The remains of columns, perhaps? And what are they doing sunk here in the middle of nowhere? It seems like a small fragment of one of them is loose.
Pero, ¿puedo llegar hasta allá?
I suppose the rain has been flooding the pit little by little. This water is so dark you can't even see the bottom.
No creo que puedas agarrar esa piedra así nomás, ¿no? Así no me muero o algo.
I can't reach it from here. Maybe I should find a way to get to the bottom of this enormous hole first.
Ah, ok. Bueno, entonces esos... Me imagino que tenemos que ir acá al agua. Ok. ¿Para qué quiero esa piedra? No sé, pero es una pista. ¿Qué tenemos aquí? Montón de desechos.
A few yards away I can see a great mass of trash, mud, and plant matter that accumulated in there in the years since this water outlet was last cleaned. Ugh. Even from here I can smell the stench coming from inside. Impossible. It's beyond my reach. The bars are keeping me from getting there.
Ok, tampoco. Entonces tendré que ir hacia la ciudad ya, ¿o? Vamos a la ciudad, pues, a ver. A la ciudad voy.
So, I enter the city. It welcomes me with its most merciless and bitter grimace. What I see before my eyes is not what I expected. Doomsday made it here, too. Even if no one in the refugee camp knows it yet. Damn it. The city looks as bruised and battered by the catastrophe as the rest of us.
Acto 2, la ciudad del fin del mundo. Pero no sé si me estoy perdiendo de algunas cosas si no encuentro todo allá. Parece que sí me puedo regresar, ¿va? Ok, sí te puedes regresar. Está bien, entonces sí vayamos a la ciudad. Mira, una herramienta que puedo usar para romper cosas como algo en una alcantarilla.
What the hell is that old man trying to do with that enormous pair of bolt cutters? He can hardly get his hands around them.
¿Necesitas ayuda o qué?
Help me, please. Help me. Don't let them find me in the street after curfew. They'll take me to the refugee camp. Help me, please. But don't make any noise. There's a patrol just round the corner.
Pero, ¿qué es lo que necesitas que haga?
But what is he gonna need me to do?
It's almost curfew. I need a place to sleep. I need a place to hide, or they'll send me to the refugee camp. Don't you understand?
¿Qué es eso del toque de queda?
What is all this about a curfew?
At curfew, the soldiers want the streets cleared. And the way they see it, if you're out on the street after curfew, it means that you've got nowhere to go. You don't have a home. You don't belong here. And that makes you a rat. And so they take you to the refugee camp. I can't go to the camp. Understand? I can't go there.
¿Necesita un techo y no tiene usted ningún lugar a donde ir?
You need a roof over your head, and you don't have anywhere to go.
I used to, but it doesn't exist anymore. I owned an apartment a few blocks from here. The block was badly damaged by the Great Wave, but it was still standing.
And what happened to your home?
This morning we had to evacuate the area in a hurry. We ran out in the streets with whatever we had on. Apparently, the foundation was starting to crumble. And a few hours later, all that was left of my home was a pile of smoking rubble, with 40 years of memories buried beneath it. But I can't let them take me to the camp. I need to get into another house before the curfew. Please, help me.
Está bien, dame esa cizalla. Veré qué puedo hacer.
Okay, give me those bolt cutters. I'll see what I can do.
This house is empty, but the army has sealed it off. If I can just get this padlock off before curfew, I'll be safe. I need to get in here. But please, don't make too much noise. If the soldiers find us, they won't hesitate to kill us.
Ok, ¿será game over o qué?
Impossible. I'm sorry. I can't do anything with this.
I need to get in there. I need to get in.
Wow. Entonces, ¿no sirve eso? Estoy buscando un lugar, algo parecido a un almacén de medicina. ¿Sabe usted algo?
I'm looking for a place. Something like a pharmaceutical warehouse. Would you know anything about that?
I don't really know. There's a small medical center just outside the city limits. I suppose you mean that, right? They built it in a hurry, just knocked it together after the Great Wave. No one really knows what it's for, but there are vehicles going in and out of the place all the time. Whatever they're doing in there, they're keeping it very secret. Not even my daughter would tell me what goes on inside.
Did you say your daughter?
Yes, my daughter. My little Uma. She works there as a nurse. I'm afraid she left me. I suppose she got tired of living with a frail, sick old man like me. Because one day she simply left the house, and I haven't seen her since. It's been months now. I think she was right to leave me. These times are hard enough. You don't want to burn yourself with someone like me.
I'm sorry. I can't help you.
Help me, please.
Ok, ¿cómo podremos ayudarle para que pueda entrar ahí él?
This chain and padlock had this door locked up tight. Whoever did this made sure that no one will be able to open it again without the right key.
Ok, tenemos que buscar la llave entonces.
It's the silhouette of the soldiers guarding the street from around the corner. It seems like those uniformed psychopaths' rifles are projected. onto each and every corner of the city.
Ok, hay que tener cuidado con esos soldados, me imagino, ¿eh? Un semáforo que se está a punto de caer.
The traffic in this part of the city must have been especially heavy, but now you can barely hear the sound of the few army vehicles still circulating in the surrounding areas.
Aquí están estos ahí en el botecito.
It looks like this heating technology is not limited to the refugee camp. These bonfires are used here too, and their emissions are just as toxic here as they are there. What the hell could they be burning in them?
Espero que no estén quemando cigarros o algo valioso que podamos cambiar en algún otro lugar. Iglesia.
Judging from what remains of the stained glass windows and the murals, this pile of rubble must have been a place of worship before the Great Wave struck. Now it's one of the most badly damaged buildings in the area. There are hardly any walls still standing.
Deja de hablar solo y ayúdame a entrar a esta casa, por favor, muchacho. Vamos a ver qué más hay por acá antes de hablar con ellos. Entrar al metro.
What was formerly the entrance to a subway stop is now a bunker reinforced with bricks and cement. A moldy sign says, "Subway service suspended until further notice." I imagine the train tunnels were flooded or ruined after the Great Wave. A metal sign bolted to the wall. It's the logo of the local subway system, and from what I can see, one of the edges is slightly detached.
Ah, ¿lo puedo quitar?
Let's see. I can try to rip it off. Nothing. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to get it off with my hands.
Tal vez con una palanca gigante, como la que tiene el amigo este de acá. Vamos a entrar a la iglesia. Vamos a hablar con ellos a ver qué. Hola.
Hello, friend. You look lost. Come over by the fire.
It's dying down, but maybe it'll last until curfew.
As long as those uniformed psychopaths don't decide to end our little get-together first, of course.
Hey, look. One of those magic bracelets from the camp. They say that place is a real hellhole. A kind of living death. So, you've come back from the dead. Do they call you Lazarus?
Well, you could put it that way.
Han hablado del toque de queda. ¿A qué hora se produce exactamente?
You were saying something about a curfew. What time does it start exactly?
Well, it depends on the mood of the soldiers in this zone. But you know it's time to go home when they start taking their guns out of their holsters.
Today they're extremely jumpy. I don't think it'll be long before they start insulting people and hitting them with their rifle butts.
You guys are awfully hard on them. It's just their crude way of showing us affection.
Oh, shut up. In any case, you don't have to worry. That bracelet means you don't have to hide from them. You know, that's one of the privileges that comes with it.
And you? Do you people have to hide?
We try to stay out of their way. The first rule is, be home before curfew. Anyone who isn't gets dragged off to refugee camp. That's one of the strictest laws the Great Wave imposed upon this city.
¿Y saben cómo están las cosas en otros lugares? ¿Llegan hasta aquí noticias de fuera?
And do you know how things are elsewhere? Do you get news from outside?
I'm afraid not. With no communications or transportation, and with the army on every corner, we are totally cut off.
Who cares anyway? When you don't know from one day to the next if you're going to be alive, there's no time to worry about what happens 100, 1,000, or 100,000 miles away.
I understand.
No es tan fácil pasar la información ahora. ¿Por qué tienen miedo de los soldados? Había oído por aquí las cosas funcionaban mejor. Al parecer no. Es un centro de... Es un campo de concentración también, pero más abierto que el que está allá, ¿no?
Why are you afraid of the soldiers? I'd heard that things function better here.
I don't know where you heard that, friend, but whoever told you that was lying. Here, things are very ugly and getting uglier every day. Everything's in short supply: water, food, medicine.
We have a surplus of just two things: misery and violence. Life is cheap here, and getting cheaper all the time, especially since the army took over.
The army. I see. And what happened to the other authorities? The politicians? The laws?
Those are distant memories from the old world, my dear. Get them out of your head. because all that collapsed like a house of cards. Since the Great Wave, no one's got any plan, strategy. We're all adrift.
He's right. The most reliable thing we have left is what you see around the corner. Armed teenagers in uniform on the streets, on the rooftops, just as scared as we are, or more, and shooting anything that moves.
I think our common destiny is to finally die of starvation, of disease, or boredom. I don't know which of the three options I find the most cruel. Who knows? Maybe the most sensible thing is to organize a group excursion and break into Suicide Park.
Suicide Park? Don't call it that. It's not funny. That name's as stupid as that hospital they built in such a hurry next to it. It's crazy. The entire city is starving and sick, and the soldiers keep those medical facilities locked up like Fort Knox.
Ah, entonces ese centro médico está cerca de Suicide Park. ¿Pero qué función tienen las instalaciones médicas que nadie puede utilizar?
But what good is it having medical facilities if no one can use them? I don't understand.
No one does, friend, but that's the way it is. I don't know why anyone would want to go into that building, but I can assure you that they're not going to get treated for anything in there, not even for a miserable cold.
Besides, it's a real fortress. The person would be more likely to come out sick from an overdose of gunpowder and lead. You know how it is, dear. There's no cure for love or death. Hey, I like that last phrase. It would make a good opening line for a story.
Oh, will you shut up for once, Ramon? Don't pay any attention to him. In the old world, he earned his living writing stories, and he still thinks that all that waste paper might someday be useful after the Great Wave.
And in fact, it is. A good deal of that scrap paper is fueling this bonfire right now, dear. So I can consider my literary career to have been worthwhile.
Ok. A ver si en el apocalipsis puedo quemar yo mis videos en YouTube para mantenerme calientito. Has dicho Suicide Park. Alguien me habló de ese lugar en el campo.
Did you say Suicide Park? Someone in the camp told me about that place.
And the first dark stars come out to hang from the sky. We could sit and count them together, you and I.
When the sun departs from Suicide Park. Yes, I recognize the song. But what the hell is it? Is there really a place with that name?
Yes, it exists. After the Great Wave, and when things were starting to get really ugly here, the weakest among us eased their suffering with a bullet, by overdosing, or by jumping from high places. You know how it is. All those dark stars had a hard time finding a reason to go on living.
There was a terrible wave of suicides, and there still is.
The problem is at some point a problem arose. How should I put it? A serious logistical problem. Access to drugs and firearms became practically impossible. So the easiest thing was to grab a rope or a belt and go to Suicide Park after dark.
There was a time when it was hard to find a free branch anywhere in the park.
The suicides in the area multiplied at such a rate that the army closed down the park. They said for public health reasons.
For months, the only thing blooming in that park were the corpses of the hanged. The place became more like a theme park. Lots of fun for everyone.
I told you not to make jokes about that. Don't you have any respect for anything?
Of course not. That was one of the many things I lost in the Great Wave. And one of the things I missed the least, believe me.
Thanks for the chat.
Thanks for the company, friend.
Ah, bueno. Interesante. Oh, no, esa musiquita... No, pensé que me estaban apurando o algo. Entonces, si de por sí el suicidio es un problema muy común, imagínense en un mundo así súper devastado como este. Eso es mucho más fácil considerar algo así, ¿no? Porque si no quieres vivir en de alguna manera en específico, esa es la solución que a veces toman algunos. Pues vamos a ver si en la iglesia hay alguien.
Send us a sign, Lord. We need a sign from you.
Hey, wait a minute.
Voltea al cielo, está tu señal.
Are we guilty of arousing your rage? Did we do it? Speak with your tongue of fire, Lord. Purge us with unrelenting justice. Send us a sign. Is this our doing? Are you punishing us for our arrogance? Unleash your thunderous voice, Lord. Release us from this intolerable uncertainty. Did we do it? Send us a sign.
I'm getting a strong impression that man's a fanatic and a little bit deranged, but his sermon made me curious. What could he mean by, we did it?
Did we do it? Are we the guilty ones?
¿Va a estar repitiendo eso? Oh no, me estoy glitchando otra vez.
No, here comes that sensation again. It's like floating in a dense liquid, while everything around me is transformed.
Pero ahora se ve más bonito, en vez de más destruido se ve más bonito.
Starting to lose my mind.
A ver, vidriera.
Considering the condition of the rest of the church, it's amazing that the stained glass window is still in place and practically intact. Such little light that gets in from the street gives it a ghostly appearance. The only statue in this place still standing. It's Saint... what's his name? Patron saint of... who knows what? I'm afraid that if I ever was a believer, all that information has also been blanked.
Exacto, ni idea quién sea. La cruz.
This enormous stone cross casts a giant shadow across the aisle of the church. Perhaps that wasn't the original intention, but the result is pretty gloomy and menacing.
Ah, sí, la sombra, de hecho. No lo había notado. ¿Qué más podemos ver antes de hablar con alguien? ¿Bancadas?
Seated on these disarranged pews, some people are listening to the preacher. Others just nod off. I guess they don't have anywhere else to go.
¿Este lugar cuenta para el curfew? ¿Para el toque de queda? Podría venir el señorcito aquí a la iglesia, ¿no? Mientras puede encontrar cómo abrir la puerta de ahí.
A few parishioners listen to the words of the preacher, mesmerized. Although I'm sure that, like me, they can't decipher the meaning of his mystical rants either.
Y dije, hay mucha gente con quien hablar, pero pues no. Solo son personas que están escuchando. Me imagino que el único con el que podemos hablar es con el padre.
That must be Reverend Blake, the preacher I heard about in the camp. I don't understand a word of that man's sermon, and I'm afraid the other faithful don't either. Could that be the reason why everyone reveres him so much?
Ah, parece que es hora de la misa. Vamos a ver.
I'm not going to interrupt him in the middle of his sermon.
¿O no?
That would be rude.
Ok, bueno, está bien. Sigue dando tu charla, entonces. Vamos a ver cómo podemos ayudarle al amigo este a abrir su casa acá. Ah, mira, puedo visitar más para acá. Por acá estará el parque. Tenemos una reja de seguridad.
This fence protects the compound on all four sides. As impenetrable and menacing as the one around the refugee camp. It seems like barbed wire barricades are the only architecture possible in this new world.
Ok, entonces este es el edificio donde está la morfina, ¿no? Lo que me estoy imaginando es de que a lo mejor le ayudamos al señorcito y él nos pasa el contacto de la enfermera y a lo mejor la enfermera nos ayuda a conseguir lo que queramos del centro médico. Porque meternos ahí no creo que sea útil, o no creo que se pueda.
It's one of the ways into the city's sewer system. The Great Wave wrecked this place. Did the same thing happen down there?
O a lo mejor sí, y te metes por ahí. No sé si haya varias formas de arreglar el problema. ¿Este será el Suicide Park?
Southside Park. Would you believe it?
Ah.
This must be the famous Suicide Park I've been hearing so much about. Huh. The pun is as witty as it is macabre.
Sí, se llama Southside. Ok. Muy bien hecho, muy bien hecho.
A bucolic fountain covered with ivy and moss. The park's desolation gives it an air of mystery from this side of the fence. In its day, it must have been home to a school of goldfish, which I suppose are now gradually decomposing inside it.
Imagino que no puedo entrar al parque.
Closed for public health reasons is written on this piece of wood nailed to the stump. Wait a minute. Health with no A?
Es lo que iba a decir. No tiene la H. Y sí. Era a propósito.
Judging from its girth, this giant must have lived for hundreds of years before someone got the bright idea of cutting it down. Now the stump is guarding the entrance to the park.
¿Puedo entrar para acá?
The park is closed down, and the front gate is locked shut. If I want to get in there, it won't be through the gate.
Ok, no, entonces no se puede. Imagino que, aunque trate de abrir esto, no me va a dejar. Va a decir, no, no puedo. Pero lo va a intentar con sus manitas. Tiene sus manitas siempre abiertas, listas para hacer algo.
So, let's see. Impossible. It's not that it's super heavy. It's that there's hardly any place to insert your fingers to lift this manhole cover.
Ok, entonces ahí está el centro médico. Ni te puedes acercar ahí. ¿O sí? A lo mejor me puedo acercar y me van a disparar, ¿verdad? No. Y yo creo que los snipers no van a ver mi brazalete muy de lejos. Vamos a guardar. Vamos a guardar acá. ¿Puedo entrar?
This entrance is reserved for authorized motor vehicles only. Get away from it. Move on.
¡Ay!
What the hell?
Disparo de advertencia.
Those savages don't get around. I'd better avoid getting too close to that area, at least on foot.
Bueno, yo tenía la esperanza de que pudieras morirte bien fácil en este juego, pero parece que todo es nomás muy... No sé si lo intente de nuevo, si me muera o algo, pero bueno. Parece que no te puedes morir tan sencillamente como pensaba. Ok. Ese está el parque y el centro médico. Ahora, ¿qué podemos hacer para empezar a arreglar este problema que tenemos aquí? ¿Habrá alguna otra cosa que nos falte dentro del refugio? Porque no tengo muchas cosas en mi maletín, nomás la pulsera y mi diario. Así que tal vez me falte algo. Estaba esperando a que me dejara llevarme esto, pero me imagino que no me lo va a dejar o no me lo va a dar hasta que le ayude a entrar aquí. ¿No dices nada diferente?
I need to get in here. But...
No, no hay nada diferente.
I'm sorry.
Help.
Okay.
A few buildings are still standing, but most of them are propped up or about to fall down, with a handful of city dwellers in the street that look like automatons or sleepwalkers, but there's no doubt about it. I'm on the 5th Avenue of Doomsday City.
Okay. Pues no veo mucho que pueda hacer aquí. Como les digo, no tengo nada a la mano. En la iglesia no puedes hablar con el padre porque está haciendo su sermón. ¿Habrá algo que me haya faltado agarrar aquí? Ah, mira aquí, los cristales. Ahora.
A handful of tiny shards of brightly colored glass, the remains of the stained glass window on this side of the church, destroyed by the Great Wave.
A lo mejor puedes usar los cristales para cortar algo, no sé, a ver.
They come from one of the church's broken stained glass windows. They're pretty and eye-catching, and have a nice variety of colors.
Ok, bueno, ahí tengo algo, no sé para qué los puedo usar, pero ahí lo tengo ya. Lo único que me imagino es como para cortar algo.
The remains of the stained glass window that went with the intact one on the other side of the door of the church. The Great Wave must have shattered it.
Ok, no se ve nada más que pueda agarrar por aquí. Parece que no, pero bueno. Ya tengo un objeto que no tenía antes. Nos puede servir de algo. ¿Podré usar eso para quitar esto? No creo, pero vamos a ver.
I don't think I'd gain anything by using this here.
Ok. Es clásico de estos juegos también, de que ya no, de repente no sabes qué hacer y empiezas a usar los objetos en empiezas a usar los objetos en todas partes, a ver si algo reacciona a eso. Aquí tampoco creo que puedas abrir esto, con el vidrio. Hace que me voy a regresar al refugio a ver si hay algo que me haya faltado por acá. A lo mejor alguna herramienta aquí con la moto. Pero creo que si me acerco a la moto se van a enojar, ¿no? ¿Tendré que buscar otra forma de distraerlos a ellos o qué? No sé si ahora que tengo el brazalete no me disparen tan fácil. Voy a tratar de agarrar esto a ver qué me dicen.
Hey, Red, I don't think that motorcycle belongs to you. Or at least I don't remember seeing your name on it anywhere. Am I mistaken?
Are you one of those people who have no respect for private property, bastard? Do you know what we do in this camp with people like you?
I'm beginning to get an idea. I was just curious about this thing. I'm stepping away.
Ok, entonces no. Puede ser probable que sea otra cosa que tengas que distraerlos para agarrar algo en la bolsa. O no sé si más adelante en el juego tengas que usar la moto para escaparte, o no sé.
A small military sentry box with no door, so narrow that the soldier on duty can hardly turn around inside.
Ok. Bueno, entonces vamos a ver qué más por acá. Me imagino que tienes que quitar la basura de ahí para que el agua pueda salir y ya puedas agarrar lo que está ahí. Pero no tengo con qué quitar las cosas de acá, ¿o sí? No creo que con el vidrio pueda quitar la basura.
I wouldn't know how to use these glass shards here.
Ok. Había que intentarlo. ¿No habrá algo más acá que no haya visto? Piedras labradas. No sé para qué quiero estas piedras labradas.
It looks like there are some chiseled stone structures sticking out of the water. What are they? The remains of columns, perhaps? And what are they doing sunk here in the middle of nowhere? It seems like a small fragment of one of them is loose.
Que está el árbol y eso. Creo que es lo único con lo que puedes interactuar aquí. Así que vámonos de aquí. A lo mejor podemos regresar al bar a ver si el cazador nos puede ayudar con algo más. O si no, regresar a la casa donde está el niño enfermo. A lo mejor también nos puede dar algo más, ya que tenemos más información. O puedo leer el diario. A lo mejor el diario trae alguna pista que se me haya pasado. Rod me prometió su ayuda para recuperar mi pasado, pero el cazador me habló de un pequeño centro médico. Ok, ese ya vimos, el centro médico es donde nos dispararon. Los hijos del topo cumplieron con la misión que les encomendé. Creo que esos chicos se merecen una recompensa. ¿Y qué les voy a dar? ¿Unos vidrios? Okay. Misha me recompensará cuando consiga morfina. Necesitamos conseguir la morfina en el centro médico. Rose conoce un secreto mío. Me imagino que cuando consigamos la morfina, ella nos va a dar el dinero y podremos dar el dinero a Rose. Esas extrañas visiones y la misma voz femenina me despertó. ¿Qué significa Beechwood Oracle? Beechwood Oracle. Si le pico aquí, ¿puedo ver el video otra vez o qué? Sí, ok.
Oh, my head. What the hell's
¡Ay, no! Ok. Ok, está bien. Tenía curiosidad de por qué tenía el símbolo de play, pero para eso es. Y a lo mejor aquí también debe de haber algo más con el cable eléctrico y todo eso, porque se subió acá. Pero ¿para qué quiero agarrar el cable eléctrico? Como que los quiere mover, pero no puede.
Here goes. It's impossible to budge these drums at all. I don't know what they contain, but whatever it is, it weighs a ton. It's a thick cable that runs along that building's roof, but I can't see it very well from here. It's too high.
Pues tendría que mover el barril para allá y subirme para ver, ¿o qué?
Okay, here goes. It's
Ok, no. Pero igual, no sé para qué quiero ver ese cable. Vamos a entrar acá a ver qué. A ver si hay algo más que podamos saber del cazador. Ellos nomás están ahí. Me imagino que por si causas problemas, ellos tratan contigo. Cazador, ¿hay algo más que puedas decirme?
Hi, Mike. So what brings you here?
¿Te suenan algo las palabras Beechwood Oracle?
Do the words Beechwood Oracle mean anything to you?
No. Sorry, dude. Doesn't ring a bell. What is it? Some kind of riddle or play on words?
I don't know. Someone told me about it, and I'm curious. That's all.
Ok, y es todo.
I should be going now.
Fine, Mike. You're welcome anytime. Remember, dude, here we can get you whatever you need. No questions asked.
Ok.
Hello again. What can I get for you?
Nada.
I'm not really interested in buying anything.
Ok. Pero pues sí hubo un diálogo nuevo ahí, pero pues no nos ayudó en nada. A ver, señor, usted que es un conocedor de la vida.
Mister, are you still waiting?
I still am. That's all I can do at this point, don't you agree?
¿Sabe usted algo de nada? Tengo que marcharme, gracias.
I should be going on my way. Have a pleasant wait, mister.
Ok, tampoco. Vámonos de aquí, pues. Entonces, vamos a ver si podemos regresar a la casa de acá. Y él sepa algo. ¿Está usted bien, señor mendigo? ¿Quién habrá sido ese desgraciado que le puso la tapa ahí?
Can I ask you a few questions?
I'll answer anything you want, as long as you don't get near my stuff.
Nada.
Well, I'll be going on my way. Good luck to you, pal.
Just be sure to stay away from my things.
También la palanca que tiene el señorcito en la ciudad, me imagino que puede servir para abrir esta puerta. ¿O puedo usar los vidrios? No. Ok. A ver, la caravana de Rod. No. Me imagino que ya no podemos hablar con él porque va a estar encerrado ahí, ¿no?
It's bolted from inside. I'm afraid it's not going to open.
Ok, entonces tampoco. Creo que aquí ya no hay nada tampoco que podamos agarrar, ¿verdad? Dejamos totalmente vacío el guardarropa. Sigue estando este alambre saliente ahí. No sé si lo podemos usar para cortar algo más. Aquí en el horno ya no hay nada más, ¿verdad?
Empty, dirty, and abandoned. There's nothing left in there that can interest me.
Okay, me imagino que a lo mejor aquí ya no hay nada interesante para mí. Lo único sería el carro este. Pero ¿cómo podría abrir esto del carro?
Time has left these hinges bent and rusted. There's no way I'm going to be able to break open this door with my bare hands.
Okay. No hay nada más que pueda haber por aquí. Parece que no. Vámonos de aquí. Se me hace que no. A lo mejor tengo que ir a la ciudad. Seguir buscando en la ciudad que hay. Y acá no creo que pueda hacer algo más sin tener el dinero. Chatarra. El generador. Depósito de agua. Furgoneta. Aquí está Rose, pero no puedo entrar sin dinero. No creo que ellos me digan algo diferente, pero vamos a ver.
Hey, you guys. Hello again, pal. Have you come back to spend some time with Rose, or do you just enjoy wasting our time?
No, nada.
I don't have anything more to discuss with you.
Ok, tampoco. No me gustaría regresar a la casa de la señora sin tener su morfina, pero no se me ocurre nada más. Así que vamos a ver si encontramos algo más aquí en la casa. ¿Usted sabe algo?
Did you bring me what you promised me, rat?
No, not yet, but I'm working on it.
Then get out of my sight and don't make me regret giving you the bracelet. Don't come back here without that morphine from my husband, like I said. There'll be a fat wad of cash waiting for you.
Yes, I know.
Ok, no, entonces ella no nos va a decir nada. Y aquí creo que no vamos a poder entrar tampoco hasta que tengamos la morfina, ¿verdad?
Better not. I have no...
Ok. El premio para los niños. ¿Les podré dar los vidrios para que tengan algo más peligroso que lanzar? ¿O qué?
Those boys are expecting some type of reward for completing their mission, and I don't think they're gonna find this very exciting.
Okay. Pues no, eso no. Ok. Lo único malo de esas latas es que cada que las tumbas vas a tener que ir a recogerlas para volverlas a tumbar. Ok, entonces ahí tampoco hay nada. Creo que ya revisé todo aquí, al menos de que pueda hablar con los guardias otra vez. A ver.
I don't mean to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
Hey, it seems like we have a nosy rat in the camp.
No hay nada, ok.
I won't bother you anymore.
Get lost.
Ok. A la ciudad, pues. Nos falta ir a la ciudad. Porque no veo qué puedo hacer aquí ni allá. ¿O sí? A ver. Cauce seco.
It looks like quite a large river flowed through it once, but nowadays, only this dry riverbed remains as a reminder.
Sí, me imagino que nomás es porque está atorado ahí toda la basura. Tienes que destaparlo, ¿no? Déjame abrir eso con vidrios.
I wouldn't know how to use these glass shards here.
Creo que ya estoy atorado, no sé qué hacer. Tú no tienes nada diferente que decirme, ¿va? No. Ok. Semáforo. Las sombras. Pero no puedo caminar más para allá, ¿verdad? ¿No? Y luego siento que me va a pasar como en Frambau, de que me atoro y no sé a dónde ir y resulta que había un cuarto al que nunca había entrado y por eso no encontraba dónde ir porque no o no encontraba qué hacer porque no había entrado a un cuarto de una casa. Las ruinas de la iglesia. Me imagino que tenemos que hablar con el padre. Y acá está el parque. Tendría que hablar con él hasta que acabe de decir esto. ¿Ya?
I'm not going to interrupt him in the middle of his... I'm not going to...
Ok, no. No sé si tenga que esperar a que acabe de decir todo lo que dice. No, vuelve a decir lo mismo. Ok, y no puedo hablar con nadie de ellos, va, tampoco. No. Escultura. Ah, hay algo ahí en la escultura. A ver, ¿puedo agarrar algo aquí en la escultura?
The catastrophe caused a lot of damage to the statue's pedestal. The fact that the statue is still standing is a miracle.
¿Querré tirar esta estatua para algo?
The pedestal definitely wobbles when I push against it. The catastrophe caused is a miracle.
A lo mejor esa es la señal que está esperando, ¿no? Que se caiga algo acá para para que deje de dar su sermón. Sí, se me hace que eso es lo que quieren que haga. Mándanos una señal, pero ¿cómo podré hacer que tiemble para que se caiga esto?
The catastrophe caused a lot of damage. This is a miracle.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it's happening.
¿Podría afectarlo desde algo afuera o qué? A lo mejor tengo que lanzar algo a este vidrio y tumba esto, ¿no? Pero no quiero causar problemas. ¿Por qué voy a romper un vidrio que está perfectamente bien?
The ruins of a church that was devastated by the Great Wave. It looks like the divine being didn't try very hard to protect this sacred place.
¿Cómo podemos hacer que esa estatua se caiga para que el padrecito lo considere como una señal?
What was formerly the entrance to a subway stop is now a bunker reinforced with bricks and cement. A moldy sign says, "Subway service suspended until further notice." I imagine the train tunnels were flooded or ruined after the Great Wave.
Para algo necesitamos la señal del metro, pero tampoco la puedo quitar.
Let's see. I can try to rip it off.
Nope.
I'm afraid.
Okay. Con vidrios tampoco, ¿eh?
I wouldn't know how. Okay. I don't quite see how. It's just a handful of glass shards. I don't think.
Okay. ¿Para qué? ¿Para qué quiero unos vidrios? Tarara. A lo mejor podemos cortar el hilo del semáforo para que se caiga con los vidrios.
This streetlight is several feet off the ground. I can't reach it.
Para algo debe ser también este semáforo, ¿no? Okay. Póster. ¿No había visto este póster? Hace que me falta revisar bien todos los mapas, ¿verdad? Porque a lo mejor hay cosas que no veo. A ver, póster.
It's a poster advertising an insurance company. The slogan is, "Tomorrow comes today." There's something familiar about this poster. I'd even swear that I actually remember it. The first time since I woke up. I can say that I can remember something from my former life. Something hazy, related to this image. But what is it?
Es lo de... ¿No es lo que dice el padrecito? No, ¿verdad? Ah. Ese póster es mío.
Tomorrow comes today. There's something about the composition that's strangely familiar to me. Some memory related to my former life, perhaps? Or maybe it's just a memory glitch caused by the Great Wave.
¿Es lo que está diciendo el padrecito o no? A lo mejor estoy confundiendo las palabras, pero me suena familiar a mí también.
Thunderous voice of your angels through the gash. That is your sign.
Dilo, dilo, dilo.
Illuminate us with your fiery voice, Lord.
No.
Send us a sign.
Está totalmente equivocado. A lo mejor puedo tumbarlo con el póster.
Hanging up this poster here wouldn't do anything for me. Use this here.
A lo mejor puedo poner el póster en la cruz para que el padrecito diga, ¡oh! Dios quiere que compre un seguro de vida.
I prefer to hold on to it. I think this will be more useful to me.
Ok, está bien. No, estoy atoradísimo. Pero bueno, ya encontré ese póster que no... ¿Puedo arrancarlo con esto?
Hanging up this poster here.
Okay, no. A lo mejor es el póster, lo tienes que colgar para que lo vea alguien, ¿no? Ah. Muro con carteles.
Dozens of posters, all shredded, charred or half torn off. This wall must have been used for advertising before the Great Wave.
Ok. Así que voy a tener que buscar muy bien en todos los mapas otra vez por si se me pasó algún objeto que no haya visto o agarrado o algo. Es muy probable que sí se me haya pasado algo, ¿eh? El barril.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure, but make it snappy. Can't you see that we're very busy?
Ah, ¿sí hay algo nuevo? ¿Qué es lo que ocurre dentro de esa iglesia? ¿Es que se han vuelto todos absolutamente locos?
What goes on inside that church? Has everyone gone completely crazy?
Are you referring to the pastor and his flock? Oh, don't pay too much attention to them. Reverend Blake is a good man. He helped a lot of people after the Great Wave. But he gradually started to lose his mind until he reached the state he's in now.
Well, I stopped by once or twice to listen to him preach. The days are long. You have to find something to do. I try to go at this time of day. There are fewer people because it's almost curfew time. The Reverend seems obsessed with that atmospheric phenomenon in the sky, and with religious themes of guilt and repentance. Although I think he's actually just talking about himself. But the most surprising thing about all this is that he has hundreds of followers, and he's attracting more and more all the time from all over the city. And they even let him into the refugee camp once in a while to preach there. People adore him.
Why does that surprise you? We've been following sane leaders since time began, and look where that got us. Maybe it's time to start following the crazier ones.
Well, that's the most sensible thing I've heard you say all day.
Okay. Fenómeno atmosférico se refiere a esa brecha en el cielo. En el campo nadie sabe de qué se trata.
Atmospheric phenomenon? Are you referring to the gash in the sky? In the camp, no one knows what it is.
On this side of the fence, the authorities have come up with their own scientific term: atypical controlled turbulence in the upper ionosphere. Though I suppose that's just a fancy way of telling us that they have no idea what the hell it was that split the sky in two after the Great Wave.
It makes my blood run cold when that aberration starts to grind out that noise like a piece of rusty machinery.
I wish those scrambled little clouds up there were the worst of our problems, dear.
Oh, shut up.
Ok. Bueno, está un poquito más de información que no teníamos.
Thanks for the company, friend.
Siento que sí es lo que necesitas hacer para llamarle la atención. Que de alguna manera se caiga esta escultura. Pero no sé cómo. Todo porque no quiere interrumpirlo, ¿eh? Así de respetuoso es. Pero bueno, aunque se acabe el mundo, no pierdan su respeto. Yo creo que es buen momento para dejarlo. Continuamos revisando en el siguiente episodio a ver qué encontramos que nos falta. Vamos a guardar. Gracias por ver, espero que les haya gustado y continuamos del Synchronicity en el siguiente episodio. Gracias por ver, espero que les haya gustado. Los veo después. Sale, bye.